Hi friends, this is Carla from Written Word Calligraphy. I am so excited that today we are going to be going through our Slow and Flow worksheets. If you haven't yet grabbed these worksheets, feel free to download them. It's for free and it's in the link in the description box below. So when you print it out, and this is printed on my favorite HP 32-pound paper, it's got two sheets here, and these are both very good at holding ink. And I have here my brush pens. Really only just need one, and these are small brush pens, so the very tip of them are quite similar. If you look, this is the Tombow Fudenosuke pen, and this is the Pentel brush sign touch pen, and they're very small, so it's good for writing a sheet just like this one. And I particularly love the pencil ones because they come in lots of beautiful colors, and because these worksheets were kind of inspired by the ebbs and flow of the waves, that I've chosen some kind of blue colored ones, and they came in a set of 24, which I thought was really lovely, because it's just more fun to practice calligraphy this way. And this worksheet is really created for you to calm down and relax and kind of practice these different things. And the only other thing you'll probably need is just an extra sheet of paper. I've got a half-used worksheet here just to put it on top of your sheet. That way you can help protect your paper from your arm. And also, if you're left-handed, this is a good way to help you from smudging as well. So it's a good place to put in your hand, and it will help with the writing. So let's get started. I was thinking we could start with the black one first, and then we can go through the different drills together, and then we can change some colors along the way. So this one is brush calligraphy, and so it's just kind of a good way to kind of warm up your hands. It's not pointed pen calligraphy because we're not dipping ink, but it's still a good way to warm up your hand and practice. And especially if you have some relaxing music on, it makes it for a good relaxing practice. So I usually like to position my paper a little bit to the right, tilted to the left, I mean, and this helps me with putting my hand on to the paper. And I like to position my hand below the line that I'm writing on. And the flow of writing in brush calligraphy is that whenever you're going up, you're actually writing with very little pressure. So as you can see, I'm writing at the very tip of my brush, and then when I'm going down, I am actually pressing down on that brush. So you can see that the brush is actually opening up, and it is flattening out to create a nice thick stroke. So you want to keep doing that, very light and coming down. And I've kind of timed it so that whenever you're going up, there's this slight curve going up, and then when you hit this guideline here, you're actually going downwards. Okay, so you don't need to do it all in one stroke, meaning you're not lifting up. You can stop and lift and then press down again, just like I'm doing right here. And you can add a breath to these strokes, mimicking the rhythm of the waves. Yeah. So as you can see, these strokes, I wrote them. So because it's handwritten, it's not exactly the same, but of course, just trace as much as you can. Okay, so these are just small waves, good kind of practice stroke to start with. And then the second one here, we've got the same wave flow, but now we're doing a bigger one and smaller one. Okay, so again, going up with light pressure, and then coming down with thick pressure to make that thick stroke. And again, doing that same motion, smaller one, big and small. Add a breath. And just like the name of these worksheets, do it slowly. There's no need to rush. And hopefully you can start feeling the flow as well. There is a rhythm to calligraphy. It goes up and comes down. All right, we finished the waves. Now we're gonna do some flow exercises, okay? Maybe let's do this one. Got a nice blue color. So this one is a little bit different because once you go to the very top, you'll notice that there's now a transition coming down. So this one, you kind of quickly increase pressure, and about 3/4 the way down, you want to start reducing pressure so that this bottom here will be nice and light, okay? So you can add that breath again, and you can stop at that very top and then increase pressure and then decrease pressure. So this transition piece takes a little bit of time and practice to do, but I know you can do it. Okay, feel free to print and reprint these worksheets for you to practice with. I created these worksheets so that you can trace them completely. You don't have to figure anything out on your own, unless of course you want to. That's also okay. But it's just nice to be able to trace and kind of get the muscle memory of your hand as you write. Okay? And then we do a high and low flow. Again, similar concept, going up. It's very light, so the very tip of the brush only. And then right here, we increase pressure. And then about 3/4 the way down, you reduce pressure. So you'll see a beautiful transition between the thin and thick lines. You can exhale when you're coming down. Inhale when you're going up. There's no need to rush. Take it slow. And also, if you don't have any of these pens at home, it's also okay to just do these with a pencil. Of course, you won't be able to get these nice thicker lines, but you can shade it with the side of a pencil as well. All right, got the blue one for the high and low flow. And then we're going to do some tide strokes. So this one, we're kind of going downwards. Let's do this kind of silver shade. So you increase pressure, and about 3/4 the way down, reduce pressure. So it's kind of like writing letter U shapes. So as you can see, I'm not like kind of writing it up and down like this. It's kind of stopping every time I'm doing it as well to slow it down even further. All right. Then we've got a high and low tide. Similar idea. Again, we've been playing around with that rhythm of going up and up and down, but with like varying heights. So I'm just going to adjust the camera here so you guys can see what it looks like. So the brush, when it's going down, it's kind of flattening out. And then when it's going up, you can see that it's at the very tip of it. So again, flattening out. And then very light when it's going up. So aside from it pressure adjusting, you're also kind of lifting that brush so that it creates a thinner stroke. Okay, so that's kind of how this one works. And lastly, we've got the breath loops. So this one's and lastly, we've got the breath loops. So this particular one can be a little bit more challenging just because there's a lot of loops involved. But I challenge you to do it slowly and not to rush as you go through the strokes. Okay, so there's loops on the top and the bottom. Okay, so with very light pressure, go up. And then right to get to the top, you increase pressure. So you'll see the brush kind of opening up and then making a loop at the bottom here. So again, very light going up, kind of like you're tiptoeing through and then coming down. And with this one, you also have a short one and a taller one, short and tall, long and short. Okay, just to kind of give you a rhythm of how it goes. I'm using this deep dark blue color, which is my favorite color in this whole palette. I just think it's so stunning. Contrary to what people think of my brand, just because it's quite, light and pastel colors, I really do like a deep blue. This one's got like a bit of gray to it as well. Makes it really stunning. So the cool thing about this breath loop is that on your own practice, you can make these loops, these little S-looking loops, wider and longer. You can even do them vertically or horizontally, as with any of the strokes that we have done today. But the point is just to kind of warm your hands up and, kind of get into the rhythm of calligraphy. And the beauty of using a small brush, it's honestly my favorite traveling tool, is that you can do it anywhere without the mess of calligraphy ink. And I really hope you guys are enjoying this practice with me. If you're doing it right now with me, I am so grateful. And please make sure that you are tagging yourself on Instagram if you use it, or even here on YouTube, to show me what you're working on these worksheets. I tag my Instagram handle, Written Word Calligraphy, and the hashtag is Slow and Flow. All right, so I finished writing this worksheet. I skipped a few lines there, but I hope you guys enjoyed doing this slow flow worksheet with me, and that you got to enjoy writing it, and that your hands are all warmed up now. And don't forget to also stretch your hands and take breaks. Took us about 15 minutes to go through those, so I think that's a good time to take a break. It'll probably take you about 25 minutes to half an hour to finish all the other strokes as well. But yeah, I can't wait to see you guys enjoy these worksheets, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye for now.